WIFTBPN. 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 WIFTBPN.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Willie Wilson, and I'm running for U.S. Senate for the state of Illinois. I will never give up on inclusion and equality, prison reform, reduced property taxes, and economic opportunity for all. I want to get to know your neighborhood and the problems that you face every day. And I want to serve every man, woman, and child in the state of Illinois. A vote for me is a vote for you.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
What's up, good people? This is Herb Howard, one half of I Said What I Said. Make sure you tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. right here on What's In It for the Black People Media. It is intellectual thuggery at its finest. The Blackest Conversation, Herb Howard, Tucson Warner, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on What's In It for the Black People Media. 1 to 3 p.m.
WIIFTBPM.
Live from What's In It for the Black Media Studio.
The problem in the past has been the man turning us against one another.
Take a journey with Salim.
Come with me into Muwakil's world.
We have been unable to see the truth because we have been fighting for 10 square feet of ground.
It's Muwakil's world.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Watch out now. Here's Salim.
Greetings, family. I am Salim Muwakil, and I welcome you to Muwakil's world on this Wednesday, October 28th, in the remarkable year of 2020. And here we are going to chop it up today with a brother named Yesaya Rahotep, who's a master teacher of this Kemetic yoga. He's a practitioner and master teacher. It's an ancient African form of yoga. We talked about a little bit about how many of these disciplines, these yogic disciplines, have their origin in Africa. Well, this brother's going to bring us another tradition that has its origin in Africa. It's an African form of yoga, meditation, and healing. The brother has 46 years of experience in this field. He's the founder of Yoga Skills, School of Kemetic Yoga, which has a global presence. I often see the brother speaking in international venues, so I know that he's serious about that. And he has 5,000 certified instructors in this particular discipline. He holds a master's degree in social services, and also a BA in political science, so we can talk about some of this stuff that's going on in the political realm as well. Mm-hmm. So join us today, folks, as we get a better understanding of Kemetic yoga and learn a little bit about this fascinating brother. And by the way, share the broadcast and click some of those stars in the lower right-hand corner, if you will. That would help a whole lot. So let's get started with this discussion. Good morning, my brother. How you doing?
Good morning, Brother Salim.
Yes, sir.
It's my great pleasure to be here with you. I listen to you all the time for many years, and I've admired your intelligence, your knowledge, and everything that you're about.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it very much. And I've also been following you because I'm interested in any brother who's practicing these particular arts of consciousness raising and becoming more aware of our situation. And that Kemetic yoga sounds like that is exactly what you're about. So how did you get into this, man? This is not a usual kind of spiritual pursuit for. Where are you from? First of all, give us some biographical information.
Well, I was born and raised in Chicago on the South Side, in Bronzeville, in the Bronzeville area. I came up into projects and sometimes
Which ones?
The Darrell Homes over near Ivy Wells on 39th on Pergy, on Pergy Road, right off of Langley, between Langley and Cottage Grove.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and this is, I still live here. I still live in Bronzeville, where we are now. I guess it's still basically Bronzeville, yeah. And, my teacher, I studied Kemetic yoga, was born in Chicago. The rediscovery of Kemetic yoga was in Chicago with my teacher and Dr. Azar Hapi.
Okay. I've heard
And I went to grammar school in Chicago and Holy Angels down on Oakwood Boulevard. I went to high school at Hales Franciscan High School. Then I went to college at I went to University of Illinois Chicago. Got my bachelor's in political science. Then I went to the Center for Inner City Studies and worked on a master's degree. Then I finally got a master's degree at University of Chicago in social service administration.
One of those University of Chicago brothers, huh?
Well, I'm not, I don't think I was that type.
Okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
because when I applied for the PhD, they sent me a letter with just the word no on it. So I don't think I think once they checked out who I was, they was like, nah, this is enough for you,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. You didn't fit the mold, so to speak.
No, I don't fit the mold.
Well, why didn't you fit the mold? What was what estranged you from that mold?
Well, it's the same thing that would disqualify from their perspective a lot of black men and women, who are operating from a certain place of consciousness, a certain place of developing the and empowering, the African American community and really the country as a whole, because at the program I was in. It's like a MSW, Masters of Social Work, but it's really like somebody who's focused on policy and administration of large systems, And so, when I would put forth my policy positions in different classes that we had, and my ideology, I thought it was more like left, but they felt it was radical and militant, and I was like, man, how did you get militant? I don't have no guns and nothing on me when I'm coming to class. I'm a militant because I think people should have a livable wage,
Yes, sir. Well, University of Chicago is famous. The Chicago boys, right? They spread that neoliberalism around, especially in South America. So hardcore capitalism is endemic to the University of Chicago.
Yeah, and then they come with that what is something about all boats rise or something like that.
That
the
one.
rising tide raises all boats
Yes,
and
sir.
all that kind of stuff. Pull yourself by your bootstraps and all that stuff. So I was sort of counter against that.
Okay. So that counted against you. That put you outside of the mold.
That's what I speculate.
Okay.
Cause,
so what did you do after that? After University of Chicago?
Well, during that time, I was actually working. I was working in child welfare. Before and after that, I was an administrator with the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services. I left there and I operated group homes. We operated group homes for young people, for young men, for boys, teenagers who was diagnosed with behavior disorders.
So you were credentialed by the University of Chicago, and that's the field that you took those credentials to.
Well, I was in that field already.
Okay.
And then I had the opportunity to get that particular master's degree. And so that just gave me extra credential that allowed me to get access to things that I already knew how to do.
Gotcha.
But it just gave me the credentials to get more, get access to more things, because people would look at that degree and they would say, oh, you got this degree from here.
That's high currency, man.
Yeah.
University of Chicago degree is high currency.
And that's what I tell young people. I say, when you go to college, you need to go to college in order to, you're just trying to get your credentials. You're not trying to take in the stuff that they're trying to teach you. You know, you don't have to learn their stuff. Everything I know, I learned most of it on my own study. You know, I would read their stuff and understand what they're talking about, but I do my own research. I do my own study, you know, from a totally different perspective than what I'm learning, you know, in that university setting. You know, and you have to go to college, you get the degree, then you use it in the way that you need to use it for yourself.
Yes, sir.
And then the process of being in the university where you can get into debate, you can hone your skills as a debater, as a communicator, as a writer.
Yes, sir.
And you can learn different issues and different perspectives that then are going to enhance who you are, you know.
Exactly right. But I always say that the value of university education is it disciplines your thinking. It helps you discipline your thinking. That's a very important skill to learn. Most people don't learn it.
Right.
And university helps you do that, regardless of what the content of the knowledge is.
Right.
If you use it right. So yeah, man. And so after that, is that when you got into the yoga thing? Or?
I was into yoga long before that. You know, I'm 60s. I just made 67 last week.
Wow.
And I started doing yoga, and I became a vegan yoga practitioner when I was 21 years old. So I was still in the University of Illinois working on my
what attracted you to yoga
degree.
at 21, a brother from the streets of Chicago?
You know, it was a sister who eventually became the mother of my first son. And before I got into yoga, I had became a vegan, right? So I had decided, you know, I came up in Chicago, so, you know, I was doing all the stuff that everybody else was doing, and probably more so than what everybody else was doing, because that was during the late 60s, early 70s. And so I was into, like, trying to check out your mind and, you know,
the psychedelic revolution?
Experimenting with the psychedelics and all the other stuff, you know.
Okay.
And so when I turned 21, I said, you know, I think I should stop doing these things, because I realized that they had a negative effect upon your health, you know. And so I was reading Dick Gregory, you know, books by Dick Gregory. I had met a brother named Hank Drake or Hamid Drake.
Hamid Drake, saxophone, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, he's a drummer.
Drummer, yes,
percussionist.
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he's played with Pharrell Sanders. But I met him.
Hamid Drake, yes, sir.
We went to the same college up in Everson.
Okay.
You know, and so Kendall College. You know, and so you know, when I met him, he was eating vegetarian food, eating dates and all kind of stuff, you know. And I was like, man, what is this stuff you eating? And he was reading these books on Taoism. And so it had an impact on, you know, in the back of my mind. And so on my 21st birthday, you know, I did so many things that that I felt like, you know, I need to stop. You know, and so
debilitating lifestyles of the brothers in the hood, right?
Yeah, and so I went the day after my birthday. I went straight to the health food store, and I have never looked back. You know, I went to the health food store, went to the fruit market, I bought all my stuff, and I just kept moving. So then, after about a year of you know, eating fruits and vegetables, and I started running and stuff. You know. I met a sister in college. I started the Black Student Organization, right? The Black Student Organization was called Black Students for Communication, and BSOC. And you know, we would bring Dick Gregory, different authors, and we had forums on South Africa. We had a lot of different things, you know. So I met a young lady.
This was that era of activism when a lot of stuff was going on.
Yeah, that was in the mid 70s.
Okay.
You know. And, you know, we took over the campus. We did a whole bunch of stuff, you know, that people don't know about now. And, you know, when you look at the ancient Egyptian art and you look at all the artifacts, you see all these different people and different deities or Neteru in these different positions, right? And nobody ever thinks of it as yoga.
Correct.
And so we were one of the first people, if not the first, to start interpreting these things as yoga postures. So then we started to experiment with them, and we can see that these are having a positive effect upon your anatomy, upon increasing blood circulation, upon improving the functioning of the organs, and also moving life force and energy through the energy channels of the body, you know. And so during that same time, a little bit after that, I became at the Center for Inner City Studies under Dr. Jacob Carruthers. Right.
Kemetic Institute.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. And so I was working on a master's degree in inner city studies there.
Okay.
And so I learned how to read and
Well, that was an
translate
influential institution, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. It was great. Dr. Dr. Worrell, Andy Thompson.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Bob Starks.
Yeah. And John G. Jackson was there too at the time. Yeah.
He was.
So, so I had a chance to interact with all of these great minds. And prior to that, I was a student with my brother Jabalani Makalani.
Yes, sir.
And so, so I had a well-rounded, even when I was at Holy Angels in grade school, right? When I was in 6th grade between 1965 and 1966.